Vice segretario generale.
Vice Secretary. Deputy Secretary. Okay. Marianna Elmi, Deputy Secretary of the Alpine Convention. She will tell us something about the philosophy that the mobility should have in the Alps in order to reduce the impact on the environment, and in order also to enable people to stay in the mountain region and to enable tourists to move as they want in the Alpine region.
Thank you. Yes, as was said today during the conference the whole day, mobility is a very important issue related to tourism, and it was mentioned that, for example, more than 80% of tourists in the Alps, this is an average, travel with their own private car. In some countries this percentage goes up to 90%, while in other countries the situation is a bit better, but still mobility is one of the main issues that we have to tackle in order to promote sustainable tourism. I speak from the Alpine Convention perspective, and therefore my focus, the focus I would like to bring here is more on transnational cooperation. So what can we do on a transnational level in order to solve these issues? We have some basic documents in the convention, and they are called protocols. They are the legal background that allows the Alpine country to work together, the Alpine countries to work together, our 8 Alpine countries, as well as the European Union, which is also a contracting party of the convention. And we have one protocol specifically on mobility, which does not deal all in its entirety with the tourism issue, but we also have a protocol on tourism. And in this protocol, of course, we have some articles that refer to mobility. What can countries do? They can work together in order to facilitate, for example, the movement of tourists from one country to another, be it coordinating tariffs, so coordinating fares, for example. One very important aspect is to coordinate information. So tourists should have the possibility to find timetables that go from one country to another without opening 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 websites. But we should promote, and there are projects already doing it, which promote common and joint timetables. Of course, coordinating also policies related to transport, it would be very important, but it's also a big challenge. In any case, we should try to connect this last mile that we see works very well in some destinations, for example, where we are today in Werfenweng, but we should try to connect this system of the last mile with the bigger transport network. And here, as said, cooperation is fundamental.
We had also some discussion in the morning to the importance of the mobility services for the tourists, and the importance that these services could be used also by inhabitants. So just the importance that the destination just plans these mobility services for both categories. What do you think about it, and do you have some innovative ideas in order to manage it and especially to finance it?
These solutions take place at very local level often, and therefore the Alpine Convention can just give guidelines or give a space in which these initiatives can take place, but they have to emerge from the local communities. What I can say is that often the target groups are very different and the needs are very different. The needs of local inhabitants are different from the needs of tourists. The times of the day in which tourists move is different, are different from the times of the day in which inhabitants.
But this could be a chance.
This could be a chance, as we have heard also today in the conference, that tourists cover part of the timetable when the service is less used. And so, of course, this can represent a chance if we can develop an offer that uses or optimizes the existing services to touristic needs. Of course, for example, means of transport should be adapted. I think about transport of bicycles or transport of luggage. This is something that usually inhabitants do not have as a big need. So, of course, here the responsibility is a lot towards the local transport entrepreneurs and the local municipalities to find solutions. I think there are some financing sources, especially at transnational level. So my recommendation, and I think, of course, it is kind of superfluous to say to someone from the Alpine Pearls, is to network, share ideas, learn from the other. We do not have to invent everything from scratch every time. So I think there are many good examples in the Alps that can be used. And also, if networks are created, it is easier also to find financing sources at transnational level.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.